Like dreams on the edge of a pyramid. Promises thick, but the money's flickering. Queen of karma pulling the receipts. Exposing schemes, scamming beneath the sheets. Monday drops, another tale revealed. Shattered illusions, the truth gets peeled. Down lights crash, illusions fade. Pyramid toppled, no longer afraid. MLM Monday, bringing truth to the light. Karma queen dropping bombs, busting hype. From high hopes to empty envelopes, breaking chains of those MLM dopes. Glossy brochures and lavish cruise trips, hidden costs, financial eclipse. Karma queen on that investigative grind, rescue mission for folks left behind. False dreams sold on golden chains, profit for few, for others only pains. Queen of karma, savior with receipts, bringing justice, knocking them off their seats. Family and friends exploited for gain, promises shattered, now mired in pain. Karma nudges, go dive deep, free the folks from the lies they keep. La 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 la.
Karma's a bitch.
Queen of karma.
Hello everyone, and how are you all doing today? I hope that you are all having a wonderful, amazing evening. Jelly Snack is here. Woo woo. Joe says, greetings everyone, let's rock. Devin was dancing, so we're off to a great start. So happy evening everyone, and happy MLM Monday. The day where you watch all of your favorite multi-level marketing MLM creators, which is why you're here right now, watching me, right? That's why you're here. Welcome back, or hello if you're new here. I'm Beth. I'm also known as Queen of Karma. I'm a consumer advocate, investigator, and longtime community archivist. I speak out about MLM, scams, and high-control groups like cults because I've seen firsthand how they manipulate people's hopes, drain their finances, and isolate them from the support they deserve. My work is about protecting the public, amplifying survivor voices, and cutting through the misinformation these organizations rely on. And I'm here to make sure that people have the clarity and context they need to stay safe and to hold predatory systems accountable. And that brings me to our topic of the night, iGenius. iGenius is something that we have talked about a lot on my community tab. So if you pay attention to my community tab posts, then this isn't weird to you. But if you don't, then you're like, wow, iGenius, never heard of that one before. But it is an MLM company owned by the publicly traded firm InvestView. It sells subscriptions to financial education, trading tools, and crypto-related products. But its business model relies heavily on recruiting new members, which has led to widespread criticism and even regulatory scrutiny. Financial regulators in Canada and the US have issued warnings or opened investigations into iGenius for unregistered securities activity and concerns about passive income investment schemes. I would describe it as a pyramid-style crypto MLM with a history of rebranding after regulatory actions, which kind of brings us to their new rebrand that they're doing right now. Right now, they are going to rebrand into selling lab diamonds. But before we get into that, I want to just kind of give you a brief little history of what's been going on with them, in case you've no clue who they are. Hello, Fantasia Foot Spray. Yes, I want to spend my money on a diamond from an MLM, Joe says. Well, Joe, you're in the right place. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm not who you should watch if you're into the company, right? Right? So just to give you an idea, our absolute queen, Kiki Chanel, actually covered this company a few years ago. And she called it, at the time, she called it the worst MLM scam I have ever seen. And if you don't know, Kiki's been doing this for as long as I have, I believe, maybe even longer. I've been doing this since 2019. And so she's seen a lot of MLMs. And 3 years ago, she was calling it the worst one that she's ever seen. So, like, obviously, they've never been great, is my point. I trust her judgment. This is their website here. As of right now, in this moment, this is what it looks like. This is it. So as you can see, it says live smarter, enhance your lifestyle. It wants you to get started, as it always does. We'll scroll down here. Education and tools. iGenius offers a variety of educational resources and tools for the financial markets. Which is like, okay, what the fuck does that mean, you know? Our market educators provide research, analysis, and host live education sessions. And I'm like, all right, so you're pretending to be financial advisors. Products. Access tools that can help you reduce debt, repair and build your credit, manage your budget, save money, improve your financial habits, and learn about the financial markets. So a lot about finances. Gee, it looks like on Passive's website. Not that much better, is it? Not really. You know? But here it shows you kind of some of the great things that you can use, the wonderful tools. Of course, they have events, because it wouldn't be a multi-level marketing company without all of these damn conferences and events, right? And they claim they're in 123 countries, 22 plus products, 2,500 plus educational videos, and 85 plus weekly live sessions. So they're busy. Of course, we have their amazing testimonials here. I'm sure they're like, I love it. It made me at 6 figures within 3 months. You know how they do at the MLMs. Then, of course, you have the opportunity, because, again, wouldn't be an MLM if that wasn't there. iGenius rewards members for sharing our products rather than spending large amounts of money on advertising. Sure. Then, of course, they're doing a fundraiser, as they all do, in Togo, Africa. And, yeah. You know, it's a typical MLM company, if you will. If you go to the membership benefits here, iGenius helps people solve their problems in new and brilliant ways. As Kiki said in her video, nothing about this is genius. And this here is the cost. Well, I have to show you, the price of this is just like ridiculous. Okay, it's ridiculous. So it's a crypto MLM company that also claims that it will give you like other financial advice, if you will, right? Of course. So there's the one-time fee to get started at the top here, and these are the like 4 different packages you can get: Choice, Select, Premium, or Elite, right? So you have the one-time fee, and then after that, there's the monthly fee. So then you have to pay this bottom number here monthly. And then this is kind of what you get with it, just extra products. Then you also have like a gold and platinum benefits area. So you can pay a one-time membership price for that as well. All kind of confusing. Then we have smart finance area. Retail choice, premium, elite. It kind of just keeps going. But the best part is this little blurb right here. Okay, I love this. Brilliant, right? Not scammy at all. I know, it's like, come on, guys. So they offer all these like crypto trading, finance, coaching, bot type stuff. All right. I'm sure that if you're not new to anti-MLM content, you got a good idea of the kind of stuff they're doing here. It is very much like financial advice to me, even dealing in crypto. Technically, if you're telling people how to like mine and trade and make their crypto, that's still technically financial advice. But of course they always have this little blurb that says iGenius is a wholly owned subsidiary of InvestView and provides bona fide financial education, research, and analysis through disinterested and impersonal commentary rather than personalized investment advice. iGenius is not a broker, investment advisor, or fiduciary, and nothing on this website should be construed as investment advice. And I'm like, well, then how the fuck are you supposed to construe it? Like, come on. Users are solely responsible for their financial decisions and should conduct their own research or consult a qualified financial professional before making any investments. For full disclosures, policies, and terms, please visit, and they give us the policies area. You just scroll down here and click on these. They're your typical MLM, financial MLM, crypto MLM policy. But basically, these financial companies and that, because they're not only doing the crypto thing, like they're also saying that they're going to educate you on how to trade and do everything to do with finances, how to live and really make your money go far. Live like you're a billionaire, and then become a billionaire with their silly selling of their products and recruiting people to this member benefit thing, right? Because you buy packages, you get all these tools, they give you all these coaching and all this advice, but they don't want the responsibility of actually being a financial advisor, because there's more regulations that come with that. When you're an actual financial advisor, you're working for like the bank, you have to follow ethics and certain regulations that you don't really have to follow if you're just kind of like selling MLM stuff. You know what I'm saying? So they want to appear to people like you can come to them to find out how to spend your money, how to invest, if you will, and invest in crypto and blah, blah, blah. But then they're like, but we don't want any of the responsibility of any of that. Like, the responsibility is all on you as the user. Diamonds are so rare, right? Merry Christmas, Mr. Level. Good to see you. I hope you're having a good one. Ethics in an MLM. See, and that's the thing is that, again, if you're a financial advisor, there is certain ethics you have to follow that, again, you don't really... I mean, I wish we had to follow them here. That's what my whole channel's about. But unfortunately, they get away with a little more stuff when they do it like this. So, in late 2024, there was a bunch of fraud warnings from Canada that were saying, hey, don't do iGenius. iGenius is bad. I posted about this on my community tab at the time. So, like I said, some of this you might have already heard about. In July of this year, they settled an iGenius fraud case with Ontario and Quebec for securities fraud. So let's just take a second. As disclosed in InvestView's 2024 10K annual report filed with the SEC, during 2024, we received a letter of inquiry from the Ontario Securities Commission, OSC. Woo! All right, sorry guys. I'm having a coughing fit. Woo! All right. So there was a letter of inquiry from the OSC in which they questioned whether iGenius was engaged in securities activities without being registered under their Securities Act. Specifically, the OSC identified concerns that iGenius was selling NDAU, which they considered an investment contract, and also noted that they had concerns about certain third-party product offerings and access to market experts that were made available to iGenius customers. They said, even though we believe that our iGenius business fully complies with all applicable securities laws, and it's like, okay, then why didn't you register, right? Like, honestly, though, why not just register then? Makes no sense. Due to the immaterial scope and scale of our operations in Ontario, Canada, we elected to settle the matter with the OSC without the need to engage in a protracted and costly legal dispute. Rather, we agreed with the OSC to conclude the inquiry by implementing a geo-block throughout Ontario, such that no Ontario-based customers would be able to access any of the disputed product offerings. Later in 2024, we and one of our independent distributors received an enforcement action from the financial regulators in Quebec, Canada, known as the Autorité des Marchés Financiers, the AMF, in which they challenged certain inappropriate marketing communications they characterized as inappropriate made by this particular distributor, and as well alleged that iGenius was inappropriately engaging in regulated securities activity without being appropriately registered to do so in Quebec. In discussions with the AMF, it became clear that the focus of their inquiry was on certain touting of financial results by this particular distributor, which we concluded was unauthorized and in violation of our own internal policies, and we terminated the distributor. Like I said, they'll terminate the distributor before they'll go down for them. But yeah, everyone's family, right? As well, the AMF raised concerns about certain robotic trading platforms that were made available to iGenius customers through third-party products that iGenius makes available to its subscribers. Even though we believe that our iGenius business fully complies with all applicable securities laws, due to the immaterial scope and scale of our operations in Quebec, Canada, we elected to engage in settlement discussions with the AMF without the need to engage in a protracted and costly legal dispute. In addition to the termination of our distributor, we have reached a tentative understanding in principle with the AMF by which we offer to institute in Quebec the same type of geo-block that we implemented in Ontario, as well as agreed to pay a Canadian $15,000 fine. The parties are negotiating the terms of a written settlement agreement, and the agreement is still subject to AMF approval. I wasn't able to find any official documentation from Ontario, but for Quebec, it appears a management conference is scheduled for August 21st. And then it shows that here. The hearing pertains to the AMF's request for an administrative penalty, a prohibition on trading in securities, a prohibition on carrying out the activity of a securities advisor, and measures specific to compliance with the law. The monetary fine seems a bit low, but hopefully the iGenius website block means no more Ontario or Quebec residents are defrauded. Then it says, more recently, iGenius received a pyramid fraud warning from Poland, whether InvestView discloses UOKIK's warning in its second 10Q for 2025 remains to be seen. So, that happened. That wasn't good. And again, this was published on July 11th, 2025 on behind MLM.com. And unfortunately for them, also on the same day, this was also posted, which was kind of funny. iGenius loses $1.87 million to credit card processor. So iGenius, owned by SEC registered InvestView, has filed suit against an undisclosed credit card processor. As disclosed in InvestView's 2024 10K annual report filed with the SEC on March 8, 2025, says the company's financial statements as of December 31st, 2024, reflect a receivables balance of $2.53 million. Of that balance, $2.19 million represents receivables that arise out of credit card transactions generated by the company's iGenius subsidiary. The credit card transactions that arise out of the ordinary course operations of the company's iGenius subsidiary are processed by the company's credit card processors in conjunction with their clearing banks. Over time, the balance of credit card collections being held by one of our credit card processors and its clearing bank, which are legally supposed to be held for the benefit of the company, subject to coverage for chargebacks and other normal course collection issues, longest sentence ever, has increased to approximately $1.87 million, an amount that has been generally confirmed by the credit card processor. Jesus! As they had been unresponsive to our repeated demands for payment, claiming that they were in the process of concluding their internal accounting of the amounts due and status of our accounts, in March 2024, the company instituted a lawsuit against this credit card processor and its clearing bank, seeking, among other things, an accounting for and repayment of the withheld funds. Notwithstanding, we have been unable. It's just kind of funny. It's almost like think of it as like the payment processing company ripping off iGenius. It's like when scammers get scammed by scammers, Notwithstanding, to date, we have been unable, through negotiations and through our lawsuit, to recover any amount of the receivable balances owed to us, as the credit card processor asserts, among others, that it continues to evaluate possible exposure to chargebacks and other normal course collection issues. Recently, however, the company's application for a prejudgment writ of attachment against both the credit card processor and the clearing bank has been granted. Although the company's collection efforts will likely be enhanced by application of the prejudgment writ of attachment, there can still be no assurances that the company will be able to collect some or all of the funds owed to it. Should the company be unable to collect some or all of the funds owed, it will be caused to incur a corollary bad debt expense of up to the uncollected amount, which is currently approximately $1.87 million. Furthermore, the company may be caused, under generally accepting accounting principles to incur a bad debt expense if it is determined that the amounts owed to the company are unlikely to be collected, although the company has not yet reached that conclusion. InvestView doesn't disclose the credit card processor or the clearing bank, let alone the operating jurisdiction. This is likely because all three are high risk. Why, as explained by InvestView, is in their 10-K filing. We have experienced unfavorable publicity for several years that, to some extent, we attribute to the SEC inquiry that had been ongoing since November 2021. That's right, they've been in trouble for a long time. The unfavorable publicity had a negative impact on our commercial banking and credit card processing relationships, employees, business, products, and reputation, and negatively impacted our ability to attract, motivate, and retain banking relationships, members and distributors, and our ability to generate revenue. Interesting, right? Yet they're still going. Earlier this year, InvestView settled fraud charges brought by the SEC in relation to their Apex investment scheme. Due to InvestView hiding details of its purported credit card processor litigation, behind MLM is unable to track the case. Other tidbits of interest from their 10-K filing are so Nomad Dash with the cash? Nope. Not yet, anyway. So InvestView's annual 2024 revenue fell $15.5 million year on year to $52.3 million. InvestView's total costs were $50.6 million, resulting in around $1.7 million net for the year. And InvestView settling allegations of iGenius fraud with the Ontario Securities Commission in Quebec's AMF in 2024, which I already talked to you about a moment ago. InvestView blames its declining revenue on macroeconomic influences following the winding down of COVID-19 as a global pandemic. I promise I'm reading all these to you because it matters with today, right? InvestView's iGenius losses appear to have ramped up in 2025. A 10-Q filed for the first quarter of 2025 reveals a net loss of $687,000, down from $1.6 million in net income for the same quarter last year. All right, so they lost $1.87 million to credit card processor, and that's still kind of ongoing. Then, December 14th, there was this amazing article posted by Oz that talked about InvisionU collapsing and David Immonity selling out to iGenius. So, that was very interesting because David Immonity, I think I'm saying that right, he was doing an I Am Mastery Academy clone, as they called it, called InvisionU, right? And on December 14th, there was this amazing post posted up, as you can see, iGenius Field Leadership. Everyone go welcome David Immonity, industry leader, to the iGenius plus InvestView family. So I guess after, InvisionU collapsed, he was like, I'll just go join this. He is also believed to have teamed up with iGenius promoter Anthony Napolitano last week to pitch iGenius to people who are basically like out of a job now that the InvisionU has gone under, right? A bunch of distributors now for that MLM aren't doing their MLM thing. They need a new MLM. So David and Anthony here are showing up to be like, hey, come join this now. So again, InvisionU launched in 2022. They consider it a clone of I Am Mastery Academy. And it it was doing supplements and travel at the time. Whether Imonity was paid to sell InvisionU promoters to iGenius, and if so, how much, have not been publicly disclosed. iGenius is owned by SEC-registered InvestView. The company is currently pitching U.S. residents on C-Force, an automated crypto trading scheme run in partnership with 3 Commas and Blue Square Wealth. So this is 3 Commas here. Automate crypto trading, build, backtest, optimize, execute. InvestView has not disclosed iGenius' C-Force auto trading scheme in SEC filings, nor is iGenius registered with the CFTC. David Imonity was cited in an IM Mastery Academy lawsuit brought by the FTC in May, alleging $1.2 billion in fraud. And then they show us the blurb of him being cited. I don't think you guys need me to read that. Imonity reached the rank of Chairman 750 in IM Mastery Academy, but was not a defendant in the FTC's lawsuit. And this is him here on the right. So there he is. His name. Says that 2 hours before this was posted on December 14th, Imonity published an InvestView press release on social media citing himself as a respected leader in the global network marketing industry. As of November 2025, not 209.25, SimilarWeb was tracking about 6,200 monthly visits to iGenius' website. Top sources of iGenius' website traffic are the Netherlands at 27%, Italy at 15%, Austria at 12%, and the US at 10%. Over the same period, SimilarWeb tracked roughly 8,800 monthly visits to InvisionU's website. The US is the top source of InvisionU website traffic at 44.8%. And that brings us to now. So, the newest thing that is happening, which I find quite interesting, is that iGenius is pivoting from trading to selling lab diamonds. And about 6 months ago, there was a thing where everyone all over the internet was talking about how the lab diamond industry has completely crashed. But I just want to show you because Joe went and looked this up and found that the average price of a 5-carat lab-grown diamond is currently around $2,848, with prices ranging from approximately $1,455 to $7,027, depending on factors like shape, color, and clarity. Lab-grown diamonds can be significantly cheaper than natural diamonds, often saving you 20 to 40%-ish on the price, but you know, it obviously varies again by the size, shape, etc. But about 6 months ago, like I said, there was all this hoopla because there was a lot of stuff going on in terms of, I guess China was doing a lot of the lab diamonds, and something happened, and the entire industry just kind of crashed. So I'm kind of finding this to be weird timing. You know? Bling, bling. That's right. The lab is where it's at. I will say it's better to do lab diamond than it is to do blood diamonds. I mean, I do prefer the idea. We don't need the MLM for it. You know what I mean? Like, you just go to a jewelry store. You know, I might have less problems with that. You know, my understanding of the diamond industry is that it's very unethical in a lot of ways. And so you have to ensure, if you are buying a diamond, that you are not buying blood diamonds. And maybe making lab diamonds isn't the worst idea. Maybe that will help, like, fix the issue. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But what I do know is that MLMs should have nothing to do with diamonds. That I definitely do know. You prefer Canadian diamonds? I do know that this shouldn't be happening here. So, they have pivoted to selling diamonds. It says, iGenius has revealed plans to sell lab diamonds in 2026. Top iGenius promoter Anthony Napolitano, again, the guy we were talking about earlier in the other articles, okay, claims $25,000 to $30,000 commissions will be offered. Not everyone is happy about the pivot from trading to jewelry, though. At time of publication, iGenius doesn't appear to have acknowledged its pivot from trading to selling jewelry. But there is that Anthony guy's previously referenced announcement, which I think you need to hear for yourself. So here it is right here.
We're going to be selling physical products, jewelry, our system is going to be crazy. We had 5-carat diamonds at the event. I'll send you a video from the event this weekend. Like we're literally be selling 5-carat diamonds and making $25,000-$30,000 commissions. Like insane stuff. Like we're going to be doing crazy things that have never been done. But not everyone has that long-term vision.
Now, remember what I just told you they would cost, though? And it says North America is very upset. They said that they paid to learn about crypto. Now they're stuck selling lab diamonds. They want a refund. That's what it said. Didn't Ash run a scam trying to sell diamonds? No, Ash did not run a scam trying to sell diamonds. But Ash was a part of a scam that was pretending to sell diamonds called Pay Diamond. Which that did have to do with diamonds, but it wasn't Ash's scam. He was just like the distributor in it, like the Chris Johnson of the... I don't even know if he was that high up in it. But he was a part of Pay Diamond, and Pay Diamond did get shut down for being a Ponzi scheme. And yeah, it was similar. I don't think they did lab diamonds, though. I'm pretty sure that they just promised, like, diamonds. I don't even think they said where they were coming from. But I remember the marketing for it was, like, crazy. Like, it was insane. Similar to this, though, in some ways, because, yeah, $30,000 commissions, as we just talked about, like, these aren't crazy expensive diamonds. Okay? So it like, this is crazy talk. All right? This is crazy talk. I just want to read you what it says over here on the screen. It says, my jeweler isn't very happy with iGenius Global. He said the diamond's fake. Wait, what you mean $30,000 commission? Someone's son wanted to learn about crypto. Now he's stuck selling lab diamonds. That's what it says on the screen, So to get $30,000 in commissions, I assume you have to buy the diamond for $20,000. Well, this is what I mean, and then you have to pay $60,000 for the diamond in order for this to do it. It's bonkers. And that's not what a 5-carat diamond would cost, as we've already talked about. That's only a couple $1,000 for a lab diamond. So something fishy is going on here for sure. That's fishy. So this is just what he said in the video you just heard, that they'll be selling physical products, jewelry, system's going to be crazy. And 5-carat diamonds. All right. So they said 5-carat diamonds will bring them $25,000 and $30,000 commissions. And then he even says it's insane stuff. iGenius's website still presents a trading MLM opportunity. Again, we went through the website at the beginning of this for a reason. Because, as you saw, nothing's really changed. They don't even mention the diamonds on there. You know, the diamonds is not mentioned. The last post on iGenius's official Facebook page is dated December 16th and pitches a 15% upgrade discount. I don't know where that post went, Oz. I went to go find the post and it was gone. And instead, there were just a couple posts about Christmas. But one of them was posted, I believe it was the 14th. And then the other one was just posted a couple days ago. So I don't know if they removed this post or what happened. Maybe you got to be following to see it. But yeah, I couldn't find that one. But it's unclear whether iGenius promoters who might have bought the upgrades knew they were buying into a bait and switch. Kane Harriet, a former iGenius promoter who is part of Game Changers, is encouraging people to cancel their iGenius promoter membership and join his new company. Harriet confirmed iGenius's pivot to selling jewelry on or around December 18th. So this is his social media. And he says, what you mean, diamonds? People want FX education, not Van Cleefs. So he's not too happy. In a subsequent social media post, Harriet suggests iGenius is changing its name to Connective. So here's the post here. And he says, what you mean iGenius is changing its name to Connective? The audacity to do that when everyone's disconnecting. So, interesting. Historically, iGenius has undergone name changes coinciding with regulatory enforcement actions. So here, Wealth Generators rebooted as Kuvera Global, preceding a $150,000 fine from the CFTC in 2018. And then Kuvera Global rebooted as iGenius upon learning of an SEC investigation in 2021. And that is the investigation that they claimed earlier actually ruined them and their whole reputation. Which is funny because, again, it's like, no, you guys, technically, you got ruined in 2018. That was the first time you got into major trouble and had to rebrand. So this is why right now it's like, are they about to rebrand to something else and then start selling these 5-carat lab diamonds? Like, it would kind of go with the flow, wouldn't it? Now that they've got in trouble by Canada, Ontario and Quebec got them in trouble. They're like, oh, gotta rebrand again. Kind of a pattern. You know? Sounds like some CZ junk. 5-carat industry diamonds. Yeah. From the interwebs, the average price of a 5-carat lab-grown diamond is currently $2,853. Yeah, we already read that. We already read that, Chris. So yeah, it's a big-time scam. Like, you could get a decent one, because I doubt they're selling like $7,000. Like, let's be real. Like, how big are these diamonds for an MLM? Like, I'm thinking that they're probably more like the $2,000 to $3,000 range, like at the most. You know what I'm saying? You know? And then they're gonna like really upsell these if they think that they're gonna be getting $30,000 commission for one. I mean, what are we doing? They should change the name to iGemstone. At least it would go with it, right? Right? It would be a nice business if they did it ethically. Like, there has to be an ethical way to do this. And then, like I said, I would much rather lab diamonds than blood diamonds. You know what I mean? But there has to be an ethical way that you can do this, and not with an MLM. And not where we're upselling like this. That's ridiculous. Right? Like, that's just a ridiculous upsell price. So neither iGenius, parent company, InvestView, or U.S. regulators have recently confirmed an investigation. InvestView's last run-in with U.S. regulators was Apex, wherein SEC fraud charges were settled via a $375,000 fine in January of 2025. I believe I posted about that at the time, too. Game Changers is run by founder Rakan Khalifa and has also been the subject of at least one regulatory fraud warning. So, in other words, just stay away. Like, they're all connected with fraud. You know? Fraud charges were filed in Poland against Game Changers iGenius promoters in April 2025. In July 2025, New Zealand's FMA noted iGenius was illegally being promoted in New Zealand through Game Changers. In addition to regulatory fraud action in Poland and New Zealand, last year, InvestView, it was Danny that figured that out, by the way. Last year, InvestView settled iGenius-related fraud allegations with Ontario and Quebec, which is why I'm saying I'm thinking that's probably the thing that they want to rebrand from now. Like it seems like every time they get in trouble, they're like, oh, time to rebrand. So I'm like, yeah, Ontario and Quebec coming out of them apparently got them to like rebrand now. Yeah, they're like, fuck this. A lot of rappers be wearing lab diamonds and not the real diamonds. If it was the case, rappers or celebs would be able to go outside. They would be targeted by syndicates, cartels, etc. My wife will be happy with cubic zirconia. Well, she would if she knew that they were cubic zirconia. So, after learning of iGenius' connective reboot and pivot to selling jewelry, Kate Harriet began promoting another opportunity. And he says, every single one of you will pay no enrollment fee in 2026 when we launch. All you simply must do is email iGenius and take your subscription off file. He's like starting a whole revolution now against this company. It's kind of funny. Whatever package you are on there, you will be on here. Just come over here now, he says. So if you are select, you are going to disconnect, and now you are on connect. If you are an elite, you're going to move away from that, and now you are complete. Connect, create, and complete. Whatever package you are on there, you are on here. Simply cancel your membership there and bring your membership here. And for $170, you will not pay another dollar to get your same package. The unnamed company Harriet is urging iGenius promoters to join is Go AI Academy. Woo-hoo! A new MLM company run by Game Changers founder Rakan Khalifa. That guy up there. This dude. With his fur coat. Woo-woo! As Mind MLM understands it, Go AI Academy doesn't have a public-facing website yet. No, brand new, huh? Recruitment and enrollment is being done on a secret platform. Nonetheless, here's what we know from Go AI Academy promoter material. Go AI is a professional online academy that helps you learn how to invest, trade, and grow your wealth. Discover tools, mentorship, and global community designed for long-term success. Start learning from professionals. Unlock your path to smarter investing. Go OS, the first and the only AI-powered trading and investment assistant affiliate program for passive income. Go AI Academy sounds an awful like a clone of iGenius's unregistered auto trading opportunity. Behind MLM has honed in on iGenius's C-Force as the root of iGenius's ongoing fraud. Interesting. Through a partnership with 3 Commas and Blue Square Wealth, iGenius offered consumers access to automated returns through an unregistered trading opportunity. It's unclear whether Go AI Academy will offer automated trading or manual trading signals only. What is clear is iGenius had a turbulent 2025. As early as January 2025, it emerged B Club was openly raiding iGenius promoters. Remember that? Earlier this month, David Imoniti merged what was left of Envision You with iGenius. Now we have the connective pivot to diamonds and jewelry, as well as Rakan Khalifa openly raiding iGenius before the official announcement. And here he is right here. This guy, Kane Harriet here, says, run the refunds. We understand you've never seen this many cancellations in 48 hours. People don't want Pandora's jewelry and matcha. Take the good people's cards off file tonight. They don't want to pay no more. Oh my. He's trying to get them all to cancel their membership subscriptions. It's funny. I'm also noting what I believe to be recent compliance additions to iGenius's website. Bizarrely, iGenius now claims to be a publisher of financial news and information. So InvestView Inc. and its wholly owned subsidiary, iGenius LLC, the company, is classified as a publisher of financial news and information and therefore exempt from registration with the SEC. Interesting. This is an exemption provided in the U.S. Securities Investment Advisors Act of 1940. We provide financial research and information to the public, but it is completely at the discretion of the individual as to whether they will use the information or not. Jesus Christ. The company delivers trade strategy signals, alerts, research, analysis, and convenience tools that are sent to subscribing members via email, mobile app, Telegram, website membership, and any and all other electronic means. There is no customization, review, or consultation of the members' personal finance objectives, situation, or need. The member is free to act or not to act on the information provided. Oh, Jesus Christ. The United States regulatory, as defined by the Securities Exchange Commission and executed by FINRA, uses the following criteria to determine eligibility for the exemption. For publishers, publishers are excluded from the Act, but only if a publication, 1, provides only impersonal advice, example, advice not tailored to the individual needs of a specific client, 2, is bona fide, containing disinterested commentary and analysis rather than promotional material disseminated by someone touting particular securities, and 3, is of general and regular circulation rather than issued from time to time in response to episode market activity. Now you know why I like the little blurb so much. The company does not offer automated trade technology. In the past, we offered automated trade as a convenience for Forex users. Gee, thanks. Sure, they were really proud. The Commodities and Futures Trade Commission reviewed our automated technology and determined that it required a commodity trading advisor. Since we are committed to providing education and non-advice, we entered a settlement on the finding from the CFTC and discontinued the use of automated trade services. So they're not even going to be able to provide automated trade services, I guess, huh? We know automated tools are still available in the marketplace as described below, but we also know promotion or use of this automation requires registration and licensing. We do not provide these services, and we caution our customers about these types of automated tools. Example of automated trading: a company or an individual trader issues a trade signal. A person pays the company/trader for their signals. The individual then attaches their MT4-enabled Forex account to the provider of the trade signal. All of this is odd for two primary reasons. Number one, InvestView is already registered with the SEC, but doesn't disclose its unregistered trading opportunities. And two, iGenius's C4 service offers consumers access to passive returns through automated trading. So, trades are executed by 3Commas' smart crypto trading software technology. Again, historically, InvestView has only changed the name of its long-running unregistered trading scheme when U.S. authorities have taken action. InvestView, now falsely referring to itself as a publisher of financial news and information, could be a preemptive response to a pending enforcement action. And here's 3Commas, which also says it does automate crypto trading. Pending further updates on iGenius's Connective Reboot and or Go AI Academy, stay tuned, it says. And I will stay tuned. That's right. I just want to play this one more time, just so you guys can hear him again say that these alleged lab diamonds are going to be worth $25,000 to $30,000.
We're going to be selling physical products, jewelry, like our system is going to be crazy. We had 5-carat diamonds at the event. I'll send you a video from the event this weekend. Like we're literally be selling 5-carat diamonds and making $25,000-$30,000 commissions. Like insane stuff. Like we're gonna be doing crazy things that have never been done. But not everyone has that long-term vision.
Yeah, not everyone has that long-term vision. That's what it is. So I went hunting. Yes, I did. I went hunting, and I found one of the very first videos that is promoting this opportunity for 2026. Apparently, they are calling it iGenius 2.0, the relaunch. And I found a video called Everything You Need to Know to Lock In Early Before Pre-Launch for $20.
2026 is not about motivation. It is about positioning. While most people wait for permission, I made a move. I partnered with Alan T. Jones, David, and Anthony Napolitano because what is being built here is bigger than a trend and bigger than a side hustle.
See, all of our favorite people being talked about today. Right? Automated bad trades. So the first time they sell a diamond for only $2,000, will they realize it's a scam? Or will they ever get a diamond to sell, right? Exactly. Ground floor to the top. Position in 2026, they're doing a relaunch, like I said. The rebranding. The diamond money glitch, right? They've been going since 2018, but there were 2 companies before that. We just spoke about all of this.
This is an expansion designed for people who want to live healthier, wealthier, and smarter inside one ecosystem. This platform has been operating quietly for a decade, publicly traded, over 300 million in sales, a plus rating with the BBB. It started in the markets, Forex, crypto, stocks. That was phase 1. Phase 2 changes everything.
Yeah, so now it's a phase. You know the last several years that you guys have been doing the trading for iGenius, that was just a phase. So if you were a distributor for this company, it was just a phase you were in. You're not doing that anymore. Now you're doing phase 2, something else, Just like selling a water filtration system for $6,000, right? Ecosystem, the right ingredients. Publicly traded, as in they registered their securities? You would think so.
Starting in 2026, this becomes a multi-industry powerhouse. Wellness and skincare, including daily use products like coffee, financial services, including credit improvement and legal access,
Credit improvement and legal access. Sounds like financial advisor to me.
telehealth with doctors, dental prescriptions, and major health brands.
Telehealth now. We're promising so much in 2026. With doctors. I'm sure doctors are just lined up out the door, right, to join this thing.
Travel with discounted booking and a free vacation or cruise every year.
Woo! Every year. So I look at this as kind of like one of those MLMs that likes to attach itself to other MLMs, you know, and like use all their services. So then we get to play a game of what MLMs do you think are offering these services, like the health and wellness products? Sounds very like It Works Keto Coffee-ish, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe even Organo Gold and their mushroom coffee. Or with the travel. You know, there's so many travel MLMs out there. So many. The legal stuff. We got Legal Shield. You know, we got a little bit of everything in here now.
Lifestyle and luxury perks built into the membership. One umbrella, one compensation plan, one vision. That matters because simplicity scales. Confusion does not. Operations already span more than 110 countries. The infrastructure is global. The timing is early.
The timing is early, but this thing has been going for years. He even has said it's been going for a decade, and then he's like, but join today and get in early. We've been going for 10 years, but, you know, early timing.
My personal focus is where leverage lives. Stocks with a proven historical track record. Crypto trading connected directly to personal wallets. Skincare and coffee that people consume daily. Here is the part
Don't consume your skincare, guys.
most people will not see coming. This is publicly traded. Ownership is available. Shares are sitting around 2 cents.
Oh, really? Are they? News to us.
That means income plus equity. Income pays bills, ownership builds legacy. Next month, the full reveal happens. When the doors open, the market will rush in.
So did you hear that? Next month. So this was posted just a few days ago, and they're, you know, going to start the new year in 2026 with a big giant boom. And I think we should keep an eye on it.
Early positioning disappears fast. Right now, there's a $20 window to secure a seat before the January 1st, 2026 launch.
January 1st, 2026, we're relaunching iGenius. That's right. It's going to be a lifestyle platform that has everything. Coffee and diamonds. Funny thing is, he hasn't even mentioned the diamonds. Like, the diamonds is still very hush-hush right now.
I am not chasing attention.
And yes, now it's only $20. $20 to join. When it was hundreds of dollars before that. Me too, Joe. I just get the no-name coffee. I'm cheap. Especially when it comes to coffee, because I had to drink like 3 of them in a day. So I don't want to spend a lot of money on it. But it's like, they've been around for years. Okay, for over a decade, as he said. To use his language, over a decade. And now they're like, oh, guys, get in early. We're launching on the 1st. Like, it's just so silly to me. It sounds ridiculous to me. Like, what do you mean you're relaunching? Especially since you're kind of relaunching with all the same products, it sounds like. Like, if you're not going to bring up the diamonds, right? then what is this new launch all about? Because all of that other stuff, you already pretty much have like all that. You know? So like what we doing here?
I am building with people who understand timing. History does not reward late curiosity. It rewards early conviction. I am locked in. Message me or comment info to lock in.
So are you AI? I need to know. Message or comment info to lock in. So yeah, they're taking their early bird members and they're going to be relaunching January 1st. They haven't really mentioned anything about the diamonds. I keep waiting for them to mention the diamonds. They haven't mentioned the diamonds. I'm wondering if they're trying to mess with their old distributor there, but I don't know. Either way, though, to relaunch this company in the new year on January 1st, 2026, when it's already been going and already rebranded like 3 times, is just silly and ridiculous to me. Although I find it quite funny. I found a lot of this story to be quite funny, actually, and I hope that you did too. That's why I wanted to come and share it with you today on MLM Monday. I think we're going to keep an eye on this relaunch because you know me, I love companies that have been going for like eight or more years that just keep on trying to launch. It's apparently my thing. So I figured that we would add another one to the list of companies to kind of keep a little eye on, see if they launch, see if they start promoting these diamonds. You know, there hasn't really been that much promotion from them. Like, considering they're supposed to be launching, like relaunching in a few days, like you would think there'd be a lot more. You know, like even from their distributors, there isn't as much as you would think. You know, it's looking like the Victory with Ash launch, where there's only like a few people that are like, hey, we're doing a relaunch, and then everyone else is dead silent. And that's that. So thank you for coming and hanging out with me on this MLM Monday. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. We're going to be getting right back to it this week. I am hoping to do a live stream or a video every single day this week if we can. I hope that all of you are having a wonderful, wonderful week. It's a weird week. I started out asking for $25, but you really couldn't earn anything. That's right. It's like that weird week in between like Christmas and New Year where you're like, what day is it? I don't know what's going on. What time is it? What are we doing right now? Everything's weird. My little one is home, so I've just been spending time with family and then, you know, doing my own things with content. And that's just kind of all I'm doing right now, as I'm still sort of recovering from everything. I feel like I'm like still not 100%. But anyway, enough about me. I hope all of you have an amazing rest of your day. And hopefully I will see you all tomorrow or very soon with another one. Hopefully tomorrow. I'm thinking tomorrow. I want to take a moment and talk about some Scentsy. And then we might get into the unpassive stuff again. So I got some things to say about that. So have a fabulous night, and I will see you all tomorrow for that. I love all your faces. Keep bye. Please do give this video a like. Subscribe if you are new here. Thank you for joining our fabulous, amazing members. All the beautiful people do, and you don't want to be an ugly bitch like me. Have a fabulous night, and I'll see you soon with another one. Bye. I love all your faces, damn it!